So, let's talk business. Big business. The international market is a very simple idea, really. Imagine you have a local market in your town where people buy and sell things. Now, think bigger, much bigger. The international market is like that, but for the whole world. It is a place where countries buy products from other countries and sell products to other countries. This giant marketplace connects businesses and customers from all corners of the globe. It is not a physical place you can visit, but a system of trade and business that happens every single day, every single minute. It's all about global connections. Let me give you some examples you will know. Think about your smartphone. Perhaps it is an Apple iPhone. Apple is an American company, but the parts for the phone are made in many different countries, like South Korea and Taiwan. The phone is then put together in China. And finally, you can buy it in a shop in London, Dubai, or Tokyo. That is the international market in action. It is a journey that crosses many borders before the product even reaches your hands. This global dance of production and sales is what defines modern business. Another great example is a company like Toyota. It is a Japanese company, famous for its cars. But Toyota has factories all over the world, from the United States to Thailand. They sell their cars in almost every country you can imagine. When you see a Toyota on the street, you are looking at a product of the international market. Similarly, think about the clothes you wear. A brand like Zara is from Spain, but it makes its clothes in countries like Portugal, Morocco, and Turkey, and sells them in thousands of stores worldwide. It's a global web of commerce. This global system means that companies are no longer limited to selling only to people in their own country. They have a much larger playground now. They can reach billions of new customers. This is a huge opportunity for businesses to grow and make more money. It also means that we as customers can get things that are not made in our own country. From French cheese to German cars to Brazilian coffee, the international market brings the world to our doorstep. It is a powerful force that has completely changed how we live and shop. Now, why is this so important? Well, there are some very big advantages. Profitable, you might say. First, the international market gives us more choices. A lot more choices. Imagine if you could only buy things made in your own town. Your options would be very limited. But because of global trade, you can choose from products made all over the world. You can buy a Japanese television, wear Italian shoes, and drink Colombian coffee. This competition between companies from different countries often means better quality and lower prices for us, the consumers. More choice is always a good thing. Second, international trade creates jobs. Many jobs. When a company decides to sell its products in another country, it needs people to help. It needs people to transport the goods, people to sell them in shops, and people to help with marketing and customer service. For example, when a German car company like BMW builds a factory in the United States, it creates thousands of jobs for American workers. This is not just good for the workers and their families, it is good for the entire country's economy. It means more people are earning money and spending it. Third, it helps countries make more money and grow their economies. This is the big one. When a country sells its products to other nations, it brings foreign money into its own economy. This is called exporting. For many countries, exporting is a huge source of income. This extra money can be used to build better schools, hospitals, and roads. It helps the country develop and improve the lives of its citizens. A strong economy supported by global trade makes a country more stable and prosperous. It's all about growth, growth, growth. Furthermore, this global connection encourages innovation and the sharing of ideas. When companies from different parts of the world compete, they have to constantly improve their products to stay ahead. They learn from each other, adopting new technologies and better ways of working. A company in Brazil might learn a new manufacturing technique from a partner in Germany, for example. This exchange of knowledge helps everyone become more efficient and creative. It pushes the boundaries of what is possible, leading to new inventions and better solutions for all of us. It's a race to the top. But hold on, it's not all smooth sailing. There are real challenges, real disadvantages. First, there is the problem of increased competition for local businesses. A small local company might make very good products, but it can be difficult for them to compete with large international giants. A huge company from another country can often produce things more cheaply because they make so many of them. This can lead to local shops and factories closing down because they cannot match the low prices. It's a tough fight for the little guy. Second, there is a risk of job losses in some areas. This might sound confusing because I just said trade creates jobs. It does, but it can also take them away. A company might decide to close its factory in its home country and move it to another country where it is cheaper to pay workers. For the people who lose their jobs, this is a very serious problem. Their skills might not be needed anymore, and they can find it very difficult to get a new job. This creates economic hardship for families and entire communities that depend on those factories. Third, countries can become too dependent on each other, which can lead to economic problems. For instance, if one country's economy is in trouble, it can affect all the other countries it trades with. Imagine a chain. If one link in the chain breaks, the whole thing falls apart. For example, if a country that supplies a critical resource like oil suddenly has a political crisis and stops exporting, the price of fuel could go up all over the world. This interdependence means that a problem in one part of the globe can quickly spread and become a global crisis. Finally, there are often big differences in rules and regulations between countries. A product that is considered safe in one country might be banned in another due to different safety standards. There can also be disagreements over trade policies, leading to what we call trade wars, where countries put high taxes on each other's goods. This makes products more expensive for everyone and hurts the relationships between nations. Navigating these complex political and legal landscapes is a constant challenge for businesses operating in the international market, making everything much more complicated. So, what is the bottom line? The international market is a complex and powerful force. It is the engine of the modern global economy, connecting us all in a vast network of buying and selling. It is a system that allows a company in one country to sell its goods to customers on the other side of the world. From the phone in your pocket to the car on your street, its influence is everywhere. Understanding this basic idea is the first step to understanding how our world works today. It's the biggest business story there is. We have seen that there are clear and significant benefits. For us as consumers, it means a world of choice. We can access a wider variety of products, often at better prices and higher quality than we ever could if we were limited to our local markets. For countries, it is a powerful driver of economic growth, creating new jobs, bringing in money, and fostering innovation. These advantages are the reason why nations all over the world actively participate in global trade. It is a quest for prosperity and a better standard of living for their people. However, we must also be realistic and acknowledge the difficulties. The international market is not a perfect system. It creates intense competition that can harm smaller, local businesses that are the heart of many communities. It can lead to painful job losses when companies move their operations to cheaper locations. And it creates a web of interdependence where economic trouble in one nation can quickly spread across the globe, affecting everyone. These are serious challenges that governments and business leaders must manage carefully to protect their people. In conclusion, the international market is like a coin with two sides. On one side, you have incredible opportunity, growth, and connection. On the other, you have risk, competition, and disruption. The key is to find the right balance. The goal for every country is to enjoy the many advantages of global trade while protecting its local businesses and workers from the negative effects. It is a tricky balancing act, a continuous negotiation. But make no mistake, the international market is here to stay, and it will continue to shape our world in profound ways. And that, as they say, means business.